Students, the reproductive organs in the males are testes. Similarly, the reproductive organs in the females are ovaries. Now, the cells in the testes undergo cell division to form sperms. We call this process as spermatogenesis. On the same line, the cells in the ovaries also undergo the cell division to form the female gamete, which are also called ova or eggs. We call this process as oogenesis. So students, spermatogenesis and oogenesis, they are types of gametogenesis which come under meiosis. So students, in this session we'll be mainly focusing on meiosis. So watch the video till the end. Students, in the beginning I request you all to like my channel, share it and subscribe it. Thank you. The cell division is of two types, mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis takes place in somatic cells, which are also called body cells, whereas meiosis takes place in germ cells. Now, the germ cells in animals are found in testes in males and ovaries in females. Similarly, the germ cells are present in anthers in case of plants for male reproductive structures, and the female reproductive structure such as ovule shows the germ cells. Students, meiosis is divided into two parts, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is further divided into prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Similarly, meiosis 2 is also divided into prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. Now, in particular, prophase 1 of meiosis 1 is further divided into 5 subtypes or 5 substages. These stages are liptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene and dikinesis. Students, these are the stages of prophase 1. Now, in prophase 1, that is in the beginning, it starts with liptotene. Now, liptos means thin, tin means threads. Now, during this stage, we can see thin threads. Now, here the nucleus, nucleolus and nuclear membrane are clearly visible. Now, these are the two homologous chromosomes which are coming from the parents. One set is coming from father, second set is coming from mother. The second stage in prophase 1 is zygotene. Zygos means pair, ten means thread. So there is a pairing of homologous chromosomes during the zygotene. We call this process as synapsis. So synapsis is a pairing of homologous chromosomes during zygotene stage. Now, zygotene is followed by pachytene. During pachytene, the chromosomes become short, thick, and it is marked by crossing over or recombination. Now, during recombination, what will happen? There is an exchange of genetic material between the homologous chromosomes. Now, if you see the chromosomes clearly in the picture, now this left part is coming from say father, right part is coming from mother. So this is the homologous chromosome pair. So how do we define homologous pair? So homologous chromosomes are the chromosomes which are morphologically similar and they carry similar genes on same locus. So students, remember, there is always crossing over between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. Now, what is the meaning of non-sister chromatids here? Now, we know that the arms of the same chromosomes are called as sister chromatids. So, these blue lines indicate what? Sister chromatids. These two red lines indicate sister chromatids. Now, sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes are called as non-sister chromatids. Now, one chromosome is coming from father, second is coming from mother. So when there is an exchange of genetic material between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes, then there is a recombination possible. So we call crossing over as recombination also, which help in say variation and evolution. So students, Pachitin is marked by pairing of homologous chromosome followed by the crossing over. Now the Pachitin is followed by diplotin. Diplo means double and tin means thread. Now after crossing over is over, there is a mutual repulsion between the homologous chromosomes. They start going away. So during this stage, what will happen? We can see the point of attachment of chromosomes with each other. This point of attachment is called as chiasma. Now chiasma is single and chiasmata are plural. So we can see chiasma during the diplotin stage, where the homologous chromosomes start going away due to mutual repulsion. Diplotin is followed by dikinesis, where the homologous chromosomes further go away. In this case, we can see the nucleus, nucleolus, nuclear membrane start dissolving. So by the end of dikinesis, the nuclear membrane dissolves completely. The centrioles, they start going away from each other, and the chromosomes start coming to the center of the metaphase plate. Now, if you see these diagrams now, we can see the recombinant chromosomes form. So this blue chromosome with red part of red chromosome, this is red chromosome with part of the blue chromosome. So a new type of chromosomes are formed due to the crossing over process. So that is the beauty of meiosis. Now this prophase 1 leads to metaphase 1, in which we can see the random arrangement of homologous chromosomes. This is very important. So during metaphase 1, there is a random arrangement of chromosomes at the center of metaphase plate, and we can see the different types of fibers such as continuous fibers and discontinuous fibers. We can also see astral fibers. Metaphase 1 will lead to anaphase 1, in which there is a pulling of homologous chromosomes away from each other. So during anaphase 1, there is a separation of homologous chromosomes. Please make a note of this. This anaphase 1 leads to telophase 1, where the nuclear membranes start reappearing. Telophase 1 is opposite of prophase 1, in which the nuclear membrane, nucleus, nucleolus start reappearing. So by the end of telophase 1, we can see one cell with two nuclei, which is followed by cytokinesis. Now, as we said earlier, cytokinesis in plant cell occurs by cell plate formation, whereas in case of animal cells, it takes place by cell furrow formation. At the end of meiosis 1, two daughter cells are produced, which are haploid in nature. Now, each haploid cell undergo further division, that is meiosis 2, to form 4 haploid cells. Now, this stays the same in both the cells. After cytokinesis, the cell enters into prophase 2, where the nucleus, nucleolus, nuclear membrane start disappearing. During the metaphase 2, the chromosomes are arranged at the equator. During anaphase 2, the chromosome splits to form sister chromatids, which are pulled away towards the opposite pole due to contraction of discontinuous spindle fiber and relaxation of continuous spindle fibers. Anaphase 2 leads to telophase 2, in which the nucleus, nucleolus, nuclear membrane start reappearing. So by the end of telophase 2, we can see one cell with two daughter nuclei, which undergo further cytokinesis to form 4 daughter cells. So students, to summarize, in prophase 1, nucleus, nucleolus, nuclear membrane start disappearing. During metaphase 1, homologous chromosomes come at the equator. In anaphase 1, homologous chromosomes are pulled away, but remember there's a random pulling of homologous chromosomes from the center. So this leads to variation and evolution. It leads to telophase 1, that is, we can see one cell with two nuclei, which is followed by cytokinesis. As we said earlier, cytokinesis in plant takes place by cell plate formation, whereas in case of animal cell, it takes place by cell furrow formation. The two daughter cells which are formed at the end of meiosis 1 further undergo meiosis 2, that is, in prophase 2, nucleus, nucleolus, nuclear membrane start disappearing. In metaphase 2, chromosomes come at the equator. In anaphase 2, chromosome splits to form cystochromatids which start going away. By the end of telophase 2, we can see each cells with two nuclei, and it leads to cytokinesis to form 4 daughter cells. So students, to understand the meiosis, we should know what are the differences between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. We call meiosis 1 as reductional division because chromosome numbers are reduced to half, whereas meiosis 2 is called as equational division because in meiosis 2 chromosome numbers are maintained constant. Prophase 1 is further divided into substages such as liptoten, zygote, pachytene, diploten and dikinesis. But in prophase 2 there is no such subdivision of stages. Synapsis, recombination and chiasma are possible in meiosis 1, whereas synapsis, recombination and chiasma are not possible in meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 takes relatively more time, whereas the meiosis 2 takes less time. Metaphase 1 shows random arrangement of homologous chromosomes, whereas in case of meiosis 2, metaphase 2 shows the arrangement of the chromosomes. This point is very important. Anaphase 1 shows separation of homologous chromosomes, whereas sister chromatids are separated during the anaphase 2. Now, meiosis 1, at the end of meiosis 1, 2 daughter cells are produced, whereas at the end of meiosis 2, 4 daughter cells produced which are haploid in nature. So students, I hope you are clear with the concept of meiosis and all the substages of meiosis. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you.